Hello everyone and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club.
It is I, Panda.
We are... Oh, you can use the skip button to fast forward through text you've already read. Okay. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I'm Yuri. Love me be my girl.
I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if the story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down.
I'm going to turn this down a bit, by the way. There we go. If the volume's too loud, it messes me and I can't read that well.
Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Aaron, is this foreshadowing?
It could be foreshadowing.
Fine. I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. What? That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give it back. Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. You got everything you do is just as cute as you are.
You got everything you do is just as cute. What the heck?
Yuri's having a bad time.
Sadori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulder. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them? Or you wouldn't like them? Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself.
I think you might have to speak up a little bit.
I will. You must
Not that close.
You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Did you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I always wanted to
read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay! I have an idea, everyone.
Huh?
Nat and Yuri. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it!
Okay, green and pink eyes. That's what I'm going to look for. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen our bond of the club. Isn't that right, Game Dog? Monaco smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But...
I'm sorry, I thought... Game Dog...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. They all rise up!
Yeah!
One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yay, I'm so happy!
Sarah wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Your hair is in her face! Then that
Monica.
makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can share. Monica looks over at me once more. Game Dog, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Eh. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with a mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside him. Oh no. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Game Dog, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Soya and I never walk home anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I can. I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess this starts the writing poem tonight. I misread that, didn't I?
Alright, so...
What the heck is this?
It's time to write a poem.
It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most.
So this is the time you pick
a favorite girl. Looks like this is...
Who's best girl. So you have to pick 20 words.
Who is the tall girl?
Tall girl, the purple hair, the one-eye voice?
The one-eye voice.
Oh, that's Monoka. She's not here right now because she's on a special path.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna pick Monica because she looks cool and I like that pose she does.
Right now you got Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori.
How about the purple hair girl?
So pick the words.
Actually, no. Let's do the one that starts with an S.
Sayori. So pick the words you think that she'd like the most.
Okay. Bert. Fester. Intact. Wait, I'm just reading these now. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Wait. Tragedy. Vibrant, sadness, atone.
The girl who likes it the most will actually jump up and down.
Yeah, I can see that. Kawaii. It's so... Fireflies. I thought that said firefights for a second.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Let's do whirlwind. Okay, I guess I'm going with her then. I guess I'll just pick a random one and then go with whoever...
That usually
I gotta do this 20 times?
420, it won't take too long.
Okay. Universe, tears... Puppy. I guess if I pick cute things, she'll jump up.
Yes, so
question. Cry. Grief. Twirl. Suicide. Horror. Loud.
Bunny.
Funny. This sounds like one of my stories. Alone. Climax. Vertigo. I don't want you. Broken, anxiety. They're starting to uncontrollable. Dark.
Last word, make it.
Oh, we're already at the end?
Yeah,
shame.
This isn't the first time you write poems, don't worry.
I kind of wish there was more to it than that. Hi again, Game Dog. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. Wait, so is our poem just all 20 of those words side by side?
No.
Do you get to see the poem?
No.
Oh no! This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, back to Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Game Dog. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment.
I would love if one of the options would be to just not show up the next day. Game over! I mean, hey, it'd be a way to say you have one more ending.
Come on, don't leave these girls hanging. Oh, sorry, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
It's just 20 random words. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature!
Thanks, Natsuki.
Anime is real, right? Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back on her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Game Dog always gives it his best as long as he's having fun.
Am I having fun?
He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
So Yuri, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Game Dog can become good friends too?
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something good today, you know? Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is this?
Never mind.
Sayori
made it sound like a big deal when it really is not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright.
Well-
Well, here.
Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to
You
feel...
feel left out, so I picked up a book and thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it'll keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked up a book she thinks I'd like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew.
Are we gonna figure out what the book is?
Maybe.
Well, you can read it at your own
pace, if you look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuka is rummaging around in the closet. We didn't go anywhere!
Time passes!
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaked another glance at me, and our eyes met for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. So would this be like with the other two characters if we picked different...
Depending on the words you pick that appeal more to...
Okay.
You obviously picked the words that appeal more to Yuri.
Okay, sorry. I was just... I wanted to get the creepy one who liked words like suicide.
Oh, that is Yuri. Yuri.
I was just spacing... No, that was the pink-haired girl. Sayori?
You mean, Sayori? Yeah, there's actually, the words that the girls like a bit more. Yuri likes the creepiest words,
yeah. When you say Yuri, do you mean Sayori?
This one.
No.
This one is Yuri.
Okay.
Sayori, who is your best friend, she likes the words in between both Natsuki, and Natsuki likes really cute words. So if you want to get Sayori, you gotta go for in between. Natsuki, make it super cute. Yuri, creep everyone out.
Okay, I think I went with the wrong one then, because I wanted Sayori.
You can write more than one poem.
As we progress, probably, yeah. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. I was just focusing. Then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
I just wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday...
She likes me, doesn't she?
That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story.
That's so. What is this about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the books and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Makov. Should I know who this is?
I don't even.
There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. If you wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister.
Long-lost younger sister.
It's anime! But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. Adam just put his hand up to his chin inquisitively.
I'm thinking.
No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life soon starts to fall apart.
It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri makes it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Game Dog? Oh, I love that sort of thing! No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, I don't worry.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in.
This is my kind of character.
Yuri? Oh, glad you went with her, didn't you?
The only Yuri I know is Yuri of Wind. He hasn't uploaded anything in a while.
I know. Let's see, there's also Yuri on Ice. Other Yuri is probably the genre Yuri. Then suddenly, when you thought you were related to the protagonist, they made it out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's
Interfere.
Interfere. I'm reading Yuri right now. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Not again.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. It's kind of forgetting to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading, alright?
You don't have to.
What's that to say? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Just let me get to the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here. Right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't
This
want
is
to.
a very annoying trope.
It's just something I'm very used to. It's that reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if you end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. Soon understood what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do.
Is she Canadian?
I don't really need to.
Sorry.
I mean...
What happened to her eyes?
She's blushing. Adam, she likes you.
Ah ha ha ha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here. Look at that! We got another angle!
Cool. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But I'm holding it like, this is really, like, we're huddled up even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you
ready? Turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet again. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you're being so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue our first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so?
How does she?
Oh.
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But you're a page in! But she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Game Dog, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. No, that's making things worse!
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Oh, hey everyone!
Thank God it's Monica!
I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. Is this mine voicing?
Yeah, you're Monica.
Okay, I'm Monica and the pink-haired girl. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Is it? Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
God damn it.
Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you?
I guess I don't have much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters.
Are we supposed to take this more seriously?
Not at this point.
Okay, alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book. No, that's what bookmarks are for! Then I slip it back into my bag.
I feel like main character Chan is the person who doggy-ear the page.
Oh, don't doggy-ear the page. By the way, do you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, it's 20 random words. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with?
I can't wait.
So Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Soya is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can only see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuko and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
Alright, now pick the girl you want to... You'll read all of their poems, but who do you want to read first?
Are these just 20 randomly selected words as well?
No, they're poems.
Alright, let's do Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads her poem... I'm sorry, Yuri. I noticed her eyes lighten.
Exponential.
What was that?
Did I say something out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face.
He's got a face.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. That's what I'm getting so nervous for.
Yuri takes a breath.
Poor Yuri. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. That's actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that.
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Aaron, when I upload this, I should make the description like the 20 words that I picked. Just one after another.
You should. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think that most noticeable thing I recognize is that new writers, I skipped a few words, that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and format the two together. In the end, the result is both style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stamina is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback.
Send me all the pictures.
Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Biased how?
Well, never mind. You shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself or to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts. Okay.
You smiled
you cut her
dreamily,
off there.
As if I'm excited to read this poem, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Is this her poem?
I cannot read that.
A Ghost Under the Light.
Oh, wait.
It's in cursive.
I write in cursive. Like, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be repaired by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Click outside the poem area to continue?
Just click. There we go.
Why was that there? I just hit enter like I always do.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took
Oh my goodness!
a long time to read.
It's going all in already. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts? Where's this coming from?
Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Game Dog.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you didn't. You did only glance over it, after all.
Oh, that was a glance, I swear.
She's a Rick and Morty fan, but I remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than that, than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Game Dog.
Me too.
Right,
I read everything so sarcastically.
Pick the next girl.
Hold on, let me take a drink of water real quick. Oh, this is...
I'll do it too, because I have my bottle right here.
This is not a good sign if I'm going to be doing Danganronpa 3 later this year.
Oh boy.
That's like a 60-hour game, and it's all text.
Alright, pick your next girl.
Who's one you don't voice?
I don't voice Natsuki or Monica.
Is Natsuki the one I kind of like?
She's the one with the pink hair. Monica's the one with the ponytail,
Okay.
the green eyes.
The tall one?
Yeah.
Okay, pick her. Hi, Game Dog. Having a good time so far? Yeah, good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Aha. Don't worry, Game Dog. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's sort of the barrier, that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Game Dog. I was going oh in my head until while I was reading this. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes to think of likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Unlike imagery. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just feels fine. Or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about it. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring, and I'll learn I'll learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while because I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's because the way to find new kinds of styles that suit you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Aha. Anyway, do you want to read... What?
You're just the same voice.
It's the same voice for both characters. Well, I learned years ago that doing girl voices is very annoying if you're not good at it. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty... It is the same voice. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel the way I see. Well, let's read it then.
I'm gonna read this poem.
You want to read this one?
Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the directions of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. The real blind, like a film left out in the sun. But I'm too late. My my retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless imagery. Just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. I was in too deep, searching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices, realizing how I wasn't looking in.
Why is this here?
Because it goes down.
Oh, it scrolls? Oh.
No, I can't read it. I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. That's her poem. Monica.
There we go. So what do you think? It's very freeform. Is that what you call it? Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. Epiphany. Wait, it starts with an E?
It does.
I have never written that word out loud before.
Well, here it is.
Okay.
Said by Monica herself.
It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. It's kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming out on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends of each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Oh my goodness, that's how I do it. And another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Monica, pro tip.
That was a fast one. Well, I read these really fast.
Alright, you can pick the next one. I voice Sayori and you do Natsuki.
Yeah, I'll do this one next.
Alright,
this
so
cute?
I say...
this is the one who likes cute stuff.
I voice her. No, the other one likes cute stuff.
I want to test something real quick. Okay, that's recording. I don't think that's the whole window in the screen. Okay.
Alright, ... This is a good poem game, dog. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. I'm the guy who would be writing poems in his spare time.
I guess you're right, but that's impressive. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. That reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? That's just... It's like I said before, Game Dog. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Just trying new things like this is for people. Wow, we've been doing this for a while.
30 minutes. 33 minutes.
Yep, that's something that only really good people do.
How long until we get to the weird stuff?
Longer than you think.
So like a few hours?
2 hours tops.
I feel like this is gonna be like a 6-hour game and like the last 2 are gonna be really weird. Is that kind of what I should expect?
The lead up is a bit more.
I hear it's not that long.
It's not a long game, so like...
It's not as long as Danganronpa 3, but that's not saying much.
I'll know the point when things are about to get weird and I'll inform the audience.
Don't actually bring it up. I want to... Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive yet. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm just going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? And that'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Okay, here we go. They all have the same handwriting.
No, their handwriting is different.
Oh, yeah, okay. The way... I just read the last line. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me eyefub? What does that say?
Making me rub.
Making me rub the sleepy from my eye. Are you asking me... She rhymed me with eyes? Oh, this isn't supposed to rhyme. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. Wait. No.
Some poems don't rhyme all the way through.
That bothers me. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
I love you, Sayori, so much.
Okay, Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how I should put it. It sounded just like you.
Really?
Yeah, after we just said it's... Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip back breakfast.
I get
cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This is so much fun. Monika's the best.
Yeah. But next
time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it.
Alright, only one girl left.
One thing I do know about this game is that Sayori is the person who gave one of the friends I know anxiety. That's the one thing I know about how weird this gets.
Give it time.
Okay, I'll give it time. This is... Oh, I need a drink. This is someone I write. When I say I need a drink, it's water. Don't worry, guys.
I got some, too. Drink along with us if you want. Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Take a shot every time there's foreshadowing.
Game Dog, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect? They just moved your head a bit. For what you expect me to believe is that you actually put effort into this. Don't you think I'm stupid? No, I'm a writer. No, I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, I'd like to read it. Ooh, painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough? Well, to each of their own, I guess. Anyway, I just gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. That's about it.
We need to get Selmers in here. We need that boy billionaire poem. Like, that was awful. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. No, I don't. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing styles wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did... I guess I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what I mean. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Don't expect that from the youngest one here. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I guess I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Ew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Soya and Monoka are happy chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki disinterestingly returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just mean, the language, I guess. It was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean, they say A lot, don't they?
Eh? It's anime.
You mean, you have to try, that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out came out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If you're looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Game Dog did too. So basically on that, I'm gladly give you something suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. Which one was hers again?
Yuri's was the one about the ghost.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate the offer, but I spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Game Dog liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so interested in trying to impress the new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Game Dog appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
It's not working.
There we go.
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No, I was just full of myself. I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay?
No. Is there an issue over there? There's always an issue over there. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Game Dog started showing up.
Anime.
Where did this come from?
Natsuki!
Natsuki, this doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as they just noticed I was standing there.
Game Dog, she's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She stared at it, and if she could get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poem all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Let me explain this to her.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is only unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste.
I didn't expect this much drama on day 2.
Oh, it's a dating sim. You understand that, right, Game Dog? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Help me, Sayori! I like you. Natsuki, you're right that I like your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to get so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. Understand? Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined something's writing style is, they'll still putting feeling into it and become something really personal. That's why Yatsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Ooh.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and you just told her how you felt. Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her. Is that a typo?
It was her that.
It was her that. For that. My favorite Japanese word. Is this mine too?
Yeah, you're mine.
Okay. Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Yeah. Natsuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point because defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Somebody when I'm hurt. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head.
So Yuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up and the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki!
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at the desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. You're not... Everything all right?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Game Dog, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now.
That's nothing.
One more thing. Another thing. I was the one that Natsuki said.
And another thing!
About you, you know. I would never do anything so shameful. So...
Okay. What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for the, for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
I kind of want to stop this and start the recording again.
Alright.
Can I do that real quick?
Alright.